if this was a situation, Ms. Arvin called, had Doug gone out there and go, oh, I have a big leak right here, and they fixed it and it dried up, we wouldn't be having this meeting today, right?
That's right, sir.
Okay, the question is there a leak out there or not? Maybe. There's an awful lot of groundwater. If you look at the terrain and the geology there's an awful lot of groundwater coming down through that basin. Majority of it's groundwater, rainwater runoff. Is there some leaking potable water mixed into it? Maybe.
Suspicious, maybe?
Suspicious. What we were wondering, weren't able to confirm, was there's a water line that runs on Terrapin and Castleberry roads to the south there. We're wondering if there's actually a leak up on that line and coming down the hill and in the road ditch. We don't know that, but we're wondering that. So
That's why we were requesting a full pressure test, not a T-pole, not a valve inspection. We, us, Freedom of Information Group, as well as the 1,612 customers you have on this water system, are requesting a full pressure test of this system.
Not all the 1,602.
Well, sir, you need to be talking to some of your customers that are getting billed hundreds and hundreds of dollars for 82,000, 36,000, 35,000 gallons, all at the meters.
That water's run through the meter though. After the meter, it's the homeowner's
Responsibility.
pipe, not ours.
I understand what you're saying.
let's kind of stay on your
Yeah.
topic. Doug, you guys, did you go out and do, what did you go out and do?
Well, the first day she called, we tested the chloride in 8 places up through there. Did not find any chlorine whatsoever. But that didn't satisfy her because she said that wasn't an accurate test because it didn't show up in water after it
That's
tested.
what the state geologist.
That's what the state geologist said. And it wasn't satisfying me, it didn't satisfy the geologist.
Let him finish.
It didn't satisfy
I
the
walked the
geologist.
line and did not find any stop places, any sign of any water leak whatsoever. So that didn't satisfy her, so we called in.
Quit saying her. It was me.
Okay, sorry.
You keep saying that, and we're taking offense to that. You already called me a she, which is a goat or a sheep, okay? And we're not gonna allow that any longer, Doug.
Okay, continue.
Then we got Dennis from Arkansas Water and History to come up and we valved off that section of line there where she thought the leak was.
Okay, you valved off from where to where?
From the well house there,
That pump station?
that pump station up to that Terrapin
Lane.
Creek Road. And I've got a report in there for you, so I have the stuff on it.
So you valved that section of pipe though. And doing a pressure test on that section of pipe to see if it was leaking down wouldn't necessarily check the line up on Terrapin or on
We
Castleberry.
did not check Castleberry and Terrapin.
Or what about to the north? There's another line up to
The Lewis Lane line?
Lewis Lane.
No, we did not check yet. Okay.
Would it be possible to get those lines checked sometime in the near future? And see if there is in fact a leak or if there's not a leak? Because that may help, may not.
I will say this, Doug, I don't know that I've told you or anyone else. This is sort of unusual at my house. As I say, I live sort of the end of Lewis Lane. I have an in-ground storm cellar buried 18 inches under my garage floor. Jerry, it's a prefab job. We have a sump pump that pumps the water. This is the first time that I've ever seen, with no more rain than we've had, my sump pump running. Not continually, but every so often. It's pumping water. Water's coming from somewhere. I don't know where.
Mr. Corbin,
Yes,
I wanted to ask a question about the chlorine test.
yes.
Are there any sources of water other than the water line that could put chlorine, cause the chlorine test to show that?
There are some things that will show up as chlorine, other oxidants. If you have potassium permanganate in the water, if you had hydrogen peroxide, things that are oxidizers will also show up in this test. So, but where do they come from in just rainwater, runoff water? You know, if you were out by somebody's pool and they were draining the pool out, yeah, you know, it might be in that water coming out of the pool. You know, it's not time of year to be using pools. I didn't see one out there.
But, what
If
about
somebody
septic
has a-
systems, or what about septic systems, things like that? Will
If they're putting a bunch of bleach, and a bunch, of bleach down the septic system. You know, bleach is chlorine.
And I can't use bleach, just for the record.
No,
I have a
I'm just-
dermatologist that will tell you I'm allergic.
My question is just, I just wanna know what sources, water line or what could put that chlorine into that groundwater. And that was answering my question.
Yeah, it would be bleach or pool chemicals or potable water main.
Okay.
Now, let me understand where you found the chlorine at,
You know where the pump station building is?
where the valve.
The valve right there, there's got the little well behind it. We found 0.11 milligrams per liter of chlorine right there in the south road ditch, across the street, across the highway, across County 2.
But you didn't find any on this side where the water line is.
No, it would be on Bobby Estes' side, where the well and the
Not a-
pump house is. Yeah. Are
No,
you
no,
talking
what I'm
about
saying is,
the other end?
we sampled both sides of the highway. We sampled out of that well, and we got a trace amount out of the well. We went across the highway, went on the south side of the highway, across from the pump station, and that's when we got a .11 reading. That was the highest reading we got anywhere. We went back up the south side of the highway ditch. There's it's probably not a quarter mile, but an eighth of a mile up there, there's a drainage intersection where the ditch comes down into it. It's got significant flow coming down the highway ditch there. And right there where that ditch comes in and turns down the highway ditch, we also got a .1, at which point we wondered if it was coming down the hill from the line off to the south on the next road over. If something's leaking there, hitting the bedrock, running down the bedrock, and surfacing down by the highway.
But you didn't
But we
find
don't know that.
anything around the Arvin's house, it was all on the other side of the highway.
We didn't find anything that high.
Okay.
So you didn't actually see anything, Greg, that looked like we had a big water loss that
We didn't find
it would situate to her 1,800
Water.
gallons a minute she's pumping or whatever it was.
No. We didn't find water from bubbling out of the ground somewhere where it was obvious there's something going on. We didn't get a real high chlorine reading. We got a 1.28 milligrams per liter reading off your house, off the water in the
tap?
house, the tap. So, you know, there was a good
Off the tap,
residual.
though?
Yeah,
Yeah, our outside tap.
your outside tap right there, the hose bib on the front of the house there.
And what was the reading in front of that water where we invested and put that French drain all up through there?
The French drain
It had
was-
chlorine in it, you told us.
No, the French drain had 0. The south side of the highway ditch, the ones with the .1, the .11 are both on the other side of the highway from your house.
Right. And see, whenever they adjust the pressure or do something in that white pump house, our pool of water in Pastor Sutterfield's front yard goes away and it starts receding, and then it starts flooding that side of the road.
And that pump house should not have anything to do with groundwater in the area.
I understand that.
What is the purpose of that little building there?
It's a PR station, it has nothing to do with anything except regulation.